Okay, you guys have to excuse me. My sinuses is bothering me. That's why I kind of got the little sniffles. But so US code, from the US code, I'm going to scroll down. I know I need to go to Title 28. Go down to Title 28, Part 1, I believe. Ooh, or is it procedures? Let me see. No. Okay, district courts. Boom. Now, I did try to post this on Instagram, and of course, Instagram, it said that they would not allow me to do this post. But this post right here is for your district courts. So if you come here, you can scroll through and you can find what courts that you need to go to. Okay. So I'm a Californian. Boom. Come up here to Cali, and here you go. It's going to have a breakdown for you. You know, good information to know, good information to read. All right. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to back it up. Back it up. And let's see here. So, jurisdiction and venue. I'm going to go there. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to chapter 85, which is district court's jurisdiction. And let's see. So here you see federal question and diversity of citizenship, amount in controversy and cost. Okay. So it already showed you on the forms, these two on the, I believe it's the complaint form, what a federal question is. And so, boom, you can go through and read it. Treaties of the United States, like I said. Boom, boom, boom. Go here. So once again, you can go through. You can read all this stuff because that's not what I'm here for. That is not what I'm here for. I'm just here to kind of post you guys through here. Okay, so wanted to show you guys 31 CFR 224.7. Where can I find a list of United States District Court offices? Boom. That's where you can find it. Right here, U.S. Court website. Okay, so that's why I say I cut the middleman out, and I like to go to these websites and I like to go to these laws, these codes, things like that, and get my information, very helpful. You just got to go out and search it and find it. Another important thing that you need to find is going to be your Constitution. Okay, now every state, they have a constitution, so you can look up the constitution for your state. Okay, or you can look up the US Constitution. Now, let me give y'all a little game. The Constitution, it used to be, for the United States, not Constitution of, but I believe the one that is for the United States was the Constitution of 1776, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken, but the verbiage definitely used to be different, and I would actually have to go through, my documents to find the one that actually says for and not of. But you need to know your Constitution. This is another place that I go to, archives.gov, and get a lot of information as well. But you need to know, and you want to know your constitutional rights, because that is another thing, when you're going into your federal question, that you can use against them, that they violated your constitutional rights. You guys know, of course, Law Cornell is my go-to. But also, let me tell you guys, not to get off subject, but I'm going to just warn you guys about Law Cornell too. So you guys know how I put the TOP in, that you can go there and you can find your U.S. code and you can find your CFR. One thing that I've noticed, they've actually, like especially the truth and lending one, they actually took that information down so we cannot use that anymore. So they're obviously hiding information and don't want us to get it, because it's in my previous videos where I've actually screenshot the information. Well, they took a lot of that down, but still, the information is out there. But this is definitely my go-to, Cornell Law, even though they're being a little shady right now with my TOPN, just keeping it real. But nevertheless, so here is the US Constitution. You can come here, like I said, you can go through and you can read, because I'm not here to do this for you. You should be aware, right to bear arms, religion, speech, press, search and seizures, grand jury, double jeopardy, self incrimination, due process. You can go through these, and you can go ahead and read, figure out what they violated. When I was doing my injunction for to be put on the do not detain, do not contain list, this is what I actually used, was the Constitution. And I would put in there, they violated my blah blah amendment, they violated blah blah blah. I just would let them know they violated, they violated, they violated. And, once again, not to get off the subject, but an injunction is for the courts to do something or not to do something. So I did an injunction for them not to detain me while I am out here traveling. Okay, you dig it? All right, so you're gonna need, to know these, period. So just another example, like I said, I would go to my TOPN, and this is for just consumer lease, and I just punch something up. So your short title, I'm going to hit it there just so you guys could see. So this is your short title, which this is, under truth and lending. Okay. So I'm just going to back it up. But as I stated, when you go to here, you would just scroll through. So these are your titles, your sections, and then your authorizations are going to be as you see your CFR. So 15631, the CFRs that go with it, would be your 1204, your 145, or your 3420. So with this one, let me actually see if I can find it real quick. Should be 1578M, in which that actually, when I was looking about the utilities, that goes into the utilities. Let me see, and it should be in here. So yeah, you would have to scroll through. Like I said, if you know your acts, it makes it much easier. So, we're in Title 15. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Okay, so when I was looking up about the utilities, I already knew about the 15 USC 78M. So we're going to go here. And that's why I say this makes it easier if you do know your acts, but they're getting swift because we're putting this information out. So they're still trying to hide a lot of information. I don't know who you are. Okay, so we're dealing with securities. This is what a security is. Now, what really struck me was the term security means any note, stock, treasury stock, security, future, security-based swap, bond, debenture, certificate of interest, or participation in any profit sharing agreement, or any oil, gas, or other mineral royalty or lease. Boom. So this is something that I know we're dealing with security. So oil, gas, and other mineral royalties or lease, any collateral, trust, certificate, blah, blah, blah. But isn't that a motherfucker? It is. So yeah, once again, you just want to, you want to get familiar with your US codes, your US codes. These are your best friends. This is where you're going to find your information. And I mean, you got gov info dot, you can go to, but this is, like I said, always my go through. So these are your US codes you have to go through. And I mean, I literally went through all of these, read a lot. Once again, still learning. Or you are going to go to your CFRs. Boom. These are your CFRs. And if you pay attention, your titles, they're basically coincide with each other. But when it comes to your CFRs, as I stated, verbiage gets a little freaking tricky. And that's why I do like going to the TOPN. But let me show you guys something that I peeped that these motherfuckers did. Because like I said, we're getting the information out there. TOPN. And so they're sitting here tripping. They're trying to stop some shit. Hold on here. I know truth in lending. Give me what I need. This one right here, it used to have all the game in the world. Now, this was my go-to right here because it showed my 15 USC 1666, all of that good stuff, because this is also under, this is going to be your truth in lending that is under, as I stated. Okay, now peep this, you guys. Look, they took it down. This was my go-to, as I stated, for my truth in lending. They took that information down. So now what you have to do is you have to go through your US codes, and you're going to have to go to your CFR to go ahead and find it, because they took it down. Not saying that they took it down just solely because of me, because I'm putting that information out there, but shit is just not adding up. Okay, it's not adding up at all. Take you guys to Title 15 so you can see what is in Title 15. So boom, securities, that's where we just kind of went over where the gas and all that, breaking that down. But this is Title 15, so I know I would scroll down to get to my truth in lending, because I know where it's at, baby, because this is what I do. So consumer credit protection, boom. And here you go, you guys. All right. Consumer credit cost disclosure, restriction on garnishment, credit repair, credit reporting agencies, equal credit opportunities, debt collection practice, electronic fund transfer. Now, as you guys know, consumer credit, that is truth in lending. Let's just go there once again. So here you go. Your general provisions, credit transaction, credit advertising and limits on credit card fees, credit billing, consumer leasing. Your consumer leasing, of course, is dealing with rent, credit billing. Let's go here. My favorite, you guys, my favorite, correction of billing error. Now, this is the process that I did that they're fucking me over on. Okay, at the end of the day, we're just going to keep it short and sweet and simple. You're stating to them, okay, there's something incorrect on my bill, right? They have obligation as you have obligations. I'm not about to break this down and read this to you, but I'm just going to take you to where their obligation is. We're just going to keep it short and sweet because I don't have time for this. Like I said, it's not my words. So billing error, for the purpose of this section, a billing error consists of any of the following, okay? So in order to state your claim, you have to have the following, okay, of these. My go-to that I actually went to, was the simple fact that a reflection on a statement of an extension of credit for which the obligor requests additional clarification, including documentary evidence. Okay, that kills the game right there. It is your account. Therefore, that it's being that it's your account, you by law, you are able to get these documents once you request them. Now, it's going to let you know action by creditor to collect amount or any part thereof regarded by obligor to be a billing error. Go through this. They have no rights. Once you state that it's a billing error, they cannot collect on that until they go ahead and give you your documentary evidence. Now, restriction or closing by a creditor of account regarded by obligor to contain a billing error. These people had no right to close my account down for non-compliance with requirements by creditor. Any creditor who fails to comply with the requirements of this section or section 1668A of this title forfeits any right to collect from the obligor the amount indicated by the obligor under paragraph 2 of subsection A of this section, and any financing charge thereon except that the amount required to be forfeited under this subsection may not exceed $50. Okay, excuse me guys, like I said, my sinuses is killing me. Okay, so you go through this. Let's go to treatment of balance because this is very important too. Okay. Whenever a credit balance in excess of $1 is created in connection with the consumer credit transaction, there through, you guys, one, transmittal of funds to a creditor in excess of the total balance due on an account. Two, rebates of unearned finances charge of insurance premiums. Or three, amount otherwise owed to or held for the benefit of an obligor, the creditor shall credit the amount of the credit balance to the consumer's account. Refund any part of the amount of the remaining credit balance upon request of the consumer and make a good faith effort to refund to the consumer by cash, check, or money order any part of the amount of the credit balance remaining in the account for more than 6 months, except that no further action is required in any case in which the consumer's current location is not known by the creditor or cannot be traced through the consumer's last known address and telephone number. So boom, once again, these is not my words. So let's say you have a credit card, right? So you have a $10,000 credit limit. You spend $5,000 of that of your limit, right? So therefore that leaves you a $5,000 balance. Why are you guys not requesting that $5,000 balance? So they should give you that back in good faith. So you can spend $5,000. They send you that in a check, cash, whatever. Then they're supposed to replenish your account because we're using an extension of our credit. These people are not giving us anything. So therefore, you then had got you 5,000. You got you 5,000 of your credit that you did not utilize, and boom, and now you got 10,000 again for that month. That is how shit is supposed to go. You guys read it. It's not my words. It's not my words at all. Okay, not my words, except the words that I, didn't say correctly or got stumped on. Sinuses messed it up, but you get the gist of it. This is not my words. We go in here and we find this stuff. Obviously, these people are breaking law. Okay, they're breaking law. And let's just go to what documentary evidence is. Once again, I ain't got time to play, So here we go. We're going to go in here. We're going to see what documentary evidence. Documentary evidence includes all documents, paper, correspondence, books of account, and financial and corporate records. Okay. If it is your account and these people are saying that you owe a debt, you should be able to validate your account by law, even though they say and they don't want you to. It's your account. I need that account validated. That's like me walking up to anybody saying, you owe me $1 million. Well, how do I have proof that they owe me $1 million? So these people be playing these games, if it's your account, that means this is your affairs. You have every right to your documentary evidence on your books. You have every right to validate the account. Are they counting on you guys to know this information? Hell no, they don't want you to know this information. Why? Because they're feeding their families off of our ignorance that was educated and taught to us. Okay, by these same very people that are privileged that want to keep us down. Now, if that wasn't the case, why do poor people not have really access or knowledge of this? Because they don't teach you that. They teach us how to be poor. They teach us that, oh, if you're not getting public assistance or not working for somebody else, that means you're out here hustling, preparing yourself to go to prison. Once you get locked up, we get more money for your ass. Period. Okay, so we have to make it make sense. And what is occurring is they do not give us, they give us access, but unless you know about the law, which typically people that are poor, we know about the law, is because we're on the other side. We're getting locked up. We're getting handcuffs. We're ignorant to the law. And by law, you are not supposed to be ignorant to the law, but they are counting on you to be ignorant to the law. So in order to typically know the law, you have to be somebody like me that's been through some traumatic stuff, and you're fighting for your life. You're fighting for what you have worked for. Then you learn the law, and it blows your mind because people are afraid of the truth. It's so easy to tell a lie and lead people astray. But when you take people to the truth and let them read it, that's why I still get people that say, well, does it work? Is it real? I'm not the freaking government. This is not my words. If you guys can't read, it's a problem. Get somebody that can read and comprehend for you. This is not my words. Okay, this is law. This is the government. This is Congress, okay, that made up these laws, enacted these laws to protect us, we the people, and we're not being protected because the people that are running this country, they're lawless. Okay, and they then proved that with me. And that's why I put it on the internet so you guys can see. So it is on us to know these people position. As I said, I'm not here to disrespect anybody, but I know people's position. People that are celebrities, you guys are entertainers, you're basketball athletes, singers, all of that. You guys are you're the entertainment, okay? You're workers, period. That's just what it is, okay? At the end of the day, these officers, these people that are in these politicians, these people that are out here working for the public, they are public servants. Therefore, they work for us. So people need to know their position. At the end of the day, we technically are the original creditors. They will never admit that. Okay, but we are the original creditor. It is our signature that allows them to pull money from our accounts because technically there is no money. So we're living off of credit, an extension of credit that everybody has. Everybody has credit. That's why they want you. That's why in school, your signature is everything. They need that signature, which I don't do signatures. I do autographs because to give a signature, you're dead. Okay, you're dead. I do autographs. I'm flesh and bone. So these are simple things that we need to know. Stop asking me, does it work? Okay. I post, you guys see what I'm going through. I am in a battle. These people, they do not want to follow law. This is not my words. And if we're not going to follow by this, then I guess it's open season for everybody. Okay. These people are crooks, period. Okay. There's just no way around it. I speak truth and facts, and I'm showing you guys this is not my words. This is what they are supposed to follow by that they're not. So we're just back in here. So let's say this is going to be for your credit reporting agencies. Of course, that's for, as it says, your credit reporting agencies when you're dealing with your consumer reports and also debt collection. Just know those two right there, okay, that is going to be for your credit reports, and then the credit repair agency. So you know those for your credit report. Consumer credit costs, truth in lending, equal credit opportunity, and electric funds. Let's let's check this out. Here we're gonna go here. Boop 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 ba doo. So you definitely want to go and let's find out the T on it, okay? So these people have discriminated against this chocolate bunny. okay, when it comes to my credit. And let me tell you why. Because it shall be unlawful for any creditor to discriminate against any applicant with respect to any aspect of credit transaction. Now, let's go to the creditor. We want to see what a creditor is. So, anybody regularly extends credit. Okay, so we got them. We know who they are. Now, who is the applicant? The applicant means any person, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to let y'all read that because I ain't got time. I'm just taking y'all how I go through these. Okay, now let's see what credit is. The term credit means the right granted by a creditor to a debtor because we are acting as in a debtor capacity. So we know they are the creditors, we are the debtors, to defer payment of a debt or to incur debt and defer its payment or to purchase property or services and defer payment therefore. That's what credit is. That gives us the right and we are allowed to defer payment. Has any of these companies sat down and said, oh, you have a right to defer payment? You have a right to opt out of your personal and your non-public information being put on a consumer report that you never even gave us permission to create? These people ain't tell you that. Now, my favorite is A3 because the applicant has in good faith exercised any right under this chapter. They're violating me. They are violating us. They are violating we. Why? Because, hey, we sat there and we already know what we can do. Okay. We know that according to them, when we went and we read some stuff for our billing error, they had specific requirements, that they did not follow. Okay, we already put them on notice. So therefore, is that not a form of discriminating against you? Because they didn't give you, why did they not give you the requirements? Because you're fucking poor. That's why. We're just gonna keep it real. Or you're like me, you're a chocolate bunny and you know this information and they don't want you to know, baby. So yeah, you guys need to go through these, find out your little information, your little woo wop, okay? And let me see here. Let's go back here because, once you go through and you read these, like I said, me personally, I like going through everything and I like reading everything. Okay, I go through what catches my eye. Some things I'm like, nah, not even tripping about that. But I like to go through and I read everything, okay? Now, once you real get jiggy with this, okay, you will also see criminal liability for willingly and knowingly violation. So when these people violate and you're going through these sections, it's going to show you the liability, okay? And shall be fined not more than 5,000 or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both, okay? That's what I'm shooting for. These people, they know they're committing these crimes without a shadow of a doubt, and they continue to break law and commit crimes against humanity. That's all these people are doing. It's crimes against humanity at the end of the day, and they need to be stopped. Okay, right of rescission as to certain transactions. Okay, these people, they like I said, they told me I don't have any right to rescind a contract. Go tell that to your mama, because let me tell you something. If I don't give full disclosure of a contract, I have every right to rescind any contract. Any contract that you are bound to that you have no clue of, you want to go rescind that. For example, child support. Did any of you men or women ever agree that you was going to be on child support? Or did the baby mama or the baby daddy just go down there to that office and agree for you? That is not a real contract. A contract must be signed willingly with full disclosure to all parties, you know, the information. An agreement must take place. A lease is a contract. A marriage license is a contract. Everything else is bullshit. Go out here, whatever contract that you're bound to, rescind that contract. Once you rescind that contract, baby, let me tell you, They have other obligations. Let's just take it on down here. Let's just take it on down here. Okay. Return of money or property following rescission. Read it. I'm not about to read all this stuff for you guys because my sinuses is killing me and my words is getting tripped up. Okay. But read these. Okay. Rebuttable presumption of delivery requirements, disclosure, modification, and waiver of rights. One thing that I do, you guys, that is very important to me, any and everything that I sign, I like to reserve my rights. I do not like to give my rights away to any of these people. I don't care if it is a simple, me just signing a receipt. I always reserve my freaking rights, okay? That's just my thing on what I do. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys the rundown. Like I said, I still have things that I'm working on. Transactions other than under open end credit, because you guys know we deal with open end credit. We also deal with close end credit. So your open end consumer credit plans, I've already went through what that is going to be. I've already went through what your close in. Your close in is going to be loans, and it's going to be dealing with like your car, opening credit cards, bills, all that blase. Okay. But you go through, let's check out the civil liability when they F up. Okay. Because it's a lot of effing up going on around here. These are your civil liabilities. Okay. You want to know your civil liabilities because that's going to let you know what your money, what you are entitled to. All right. So you want to go through and you're going to read these because, like I said, I'm not doing it for you, but just want to show you guys how and I get my information. So, yeah, you go through, you read these, you figure out to the sum of, so typically when you see that, the of, that's going to let you know personal damages and all that, different stuff. Okay. So, yeah. I want to get back on my paperwork, but I just wanted to show you guys so you'll know this is where I come and I get my information. I scroll through. Like I told you guys, I'm not here to do the work for you, but I will point you in the right direction because this is not my words. I'm already in a battle for my life, and that's why we're going to court. So I always tell all of my people, all my tribe, all roads lead to court. I prefer to operate on the private side. I have done things on the private side. I have not done a super lot of things at one time. I've done things individually on the private side and I have seen results. I am operating on the public side. I am operating not as the original creditor because as the original creditor, we can, create promissory notes, bill of exchange, blah, blah, blah. And I've been through that too in my videos. But on the public side, I am acting in the capacity as a debtor. Definitely all roads is going to lead to court, period. If a person just tell you, oh, these people, they're just going to give you your stuff back. No. Like I said, it could be a little different because instead of me doing one at a time, I did 6 and counting. Okay. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to go to court. These people they're not following laws. Make sure that you state your claim. What is your claim? You have a certain obligation. These companies, they have a certain obligation. Once you fulfill your obligation, they have to by law fulfill their obligation. If you do not fulfill your obligation, they do not have to fulfill their obligation. Okay. And you need to know what your obligations are. And like I said, I'm not about to break this down for you guys like that. I showed you where it's at. You go up in here. A written notice by obligor to a creditor, time for and contents of notice, procedure upon receipt of notice by creditor. You're going to read that. This is going to let you know what they expect of you, okay? Once you go ahead and you get, what they expect of you and you do that, then what do you expect of them? So then what is a billing error? What are their obligations? These are their obligations. Your obligations is up here. Okay. Period. Your obligations is up here. Theirs is down here. Okay? Nothing more, nothing less. I hope you guys enjoyed, but I got to get back on my paperwork. But just a good to know, letting you guys know, okay? And plus, I'm trying out the new little screenshot thing with my little voiceover because I really want to start breaking the video down. Like all the videos that I've done, you guys, they're if I open up another school, they're gonna shut my school down. I don't even want to waste my time. So however, what I want to do is I want to start doing like screen recordings like this, and I want to go through and I want to break each and every video down that I have done, with my little voiceover and show you guys. And that's just how I'm gonna have to teach you guys, because other than that, these people, they don't like me. I'm giving everybody the game for the free because like I said, I'm not afraid of competition, baby. I work hard for everything that I have. So, I know what I'm entitled to. I'm not stepping on anybody's back. I'm not out here trying to hurt my people. I've worked, I've inquired some credits. I want my credits. These people are stealing our credits and our equity, but it's because of our ignorance. Well, I'm here to take that ignorance away and make us knowledgeable and show you guys where we get the information. Once again, it's not my information. I am only a guidepost. I'm only gonna take you to where I get my information from, okay? And it's government websites and law. Period. So if anybody says that we're anti-government or disinformation, if a person says we're giving disinformation, they're a freaking idiot, because that means that the government is giving us disinformation, and that means we need to go ahead and look at the government, and some things definitely need to be changed. Period. I don't play that. you know I go to the source. I cut the middleman out and I go to the source, so I know it's gonna work. It has no choice but to work, because if it does not work, if we're showing fraud and all of this stuff that is happening, it's occurring to us and it doesn't work, that means these people in these positions, they need to be taken out of these positions. And if nobody wants to take these people out of position, it's because we're living in a lawless country. And that means we, the people, we're going to really definitely need to stand up, and we're going to have to go after these individuals, okay, these bad apples in this system. And that's what I'm all about. I respect the system because I know there's honest people like me that will, follow procedure and follow law. But then you have a lot of people that are privileged, and they're getting over on the system and they're getting over on the people. And until more people like me go out here and fight for our rights, they're going to continue to do it. I don't care if it's 100 people a day to go at these companies, to start calling and questioning these people. We're gonna make a difference, because they're gonna get tired. We can't, with a lot of these companies, we cannot do, class actions, and because the arbitration clause and all of this stuff. So that means it's gonna take us as individuals to go out here and pound this pavement every day to get on their helmets. That's the only way we're gonna see results. Because if you sit back and you think the same people that are stealing from you is going to willingly give you your stuff back, even me following the law and showing the law, they're not trying to give me my stuff back. So I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to wait for them to keep stealing or telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to use the law, and I'm going to put them and hold them accountable in these courts on record. Arbitration, I do not like. The arbitration people are not for us, the people. It is for the companies. That's why they want you to go through arbitration first. To me, arbitration is a game. I don't feel and with my experience, I did not nearly get the results that I needed. They're not following procedure either, because it's going to show that they're all in cahoots, stealing from we the people. Period. We the people, they're all in cahoots. They're all want a little piece of our money, the pie. And guess what? I'm fat. I want my whole pie, and I'm going to get it, baby. I'm going to get it. Okay. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to start working on more, but you guys know what I'm doing, but yeah, at this point, it is what it is right now. Get your stuff together. As I stated, you guys, in order to build you a case, you want to first have your stuff validated. You definitely need it validated. All debt should be validated. Once you have your debt validated, from there you need to do your letter of cure. From your letter of cure, you would put these people in default, and then you would be going to arbitration and then litigation, because that's just that's what you have to do. Most of these companies, they're going to have an arbitration clause, so you're going to have to go through arbitration first, play that bullshit game before you can litigate. Okay, but every debt should be validated, and that is just how it is. Validation. After validation, letter to cure. Letter to cure just means to fix something. And then putting them in default means, okay, you owe me. You're not trying to pay me what you owe me. You have 72 hours. After that, we can go ahead and litigate. Okay, so yeah, you guys, I'm out. Bye. Hope you enjoyed. Cool beans.